Lewis Hamilton reveals difficult F1 situation for Mercedes amid Ferrari, Red Bull battle. Hamilton is hard at work gearing up for a fifth title defense, having added another World Drivers' Championship to his haul last year. Mercedes chief Toto Wolff will be desperate for the Brit and Valtteri Bottas to continue the team's spell of dominance and they are currently testing their new W10 car at the Circuit de Catalunya ahead of next month's opening race in Australia. The W10 bears plenty of similarities to the car Mercedes utilized as they sealed a fifth title double on the bounce last season. However, there have been some significant changes due to rule alterations which have impacted aerodynamic specifications in particular. Has now revealed Mercedes have struggled to come to terms with the new regulations as they attempt to maintain an edge over Ferrari and Red Bull. Right now we are competing against our past selves as a team, Hamilton said. We are really trying to raise the bar in all those areas, and all the engineers back at the factory are raising the bar. It has been super impressive to see the atmosphere within the team after all these years of success that we have had. To see that the hunger is still there. To see that the drive is still there. No one is phasing out. No one is backing off. Everyone is pushing full steam ahead. It has been a difficult winter for the guys back at the factory, probably the most difficult one with the rule change once again, but if anyone can do it, I truly believe it is my guys. We are the only team to have won a championship in a crossover of a rule, and I am confident that, even if we don't start on the right foot, particularly by the first race, I feel confident of success. Hamilton is not alone in flagging up rule changes as something which have caused a challenge for Mercedes. His teammate has also referenced them while discussing the atmosphere at Mercedes' Brackley base. Like nothing has changed in the past few weeks when I haven't been here, Bottas said. Everyone is working as hard as ever. I think everyone is looking forward to the new season. With some regulation changes there are always question marks, but I can guarantee everyone has been doing and will be doing everything they can for the new car. Bottas and Hamilton were the third and second slowest respectively of the 13 drivers who took part in preseason testing on Thursday. Next news: Lewis Hamilton, Max Verstappen and Sebastian Vettel shocked in F1 testing by surprise. Name: Hamilton is helping Mercedes fine-tune the W10 ahead of next month's campaign opening Australian Grand Prix in Melbourne. And Vettel, meanwhile, will be hoping Red Bull and Ferrari respectively have the RB15 and SF90S ready to hit top speed at Albert Park. The title-chasing trio were all in action at Barcelona's Circuit de Catalunya on Wednesday in preparation for the 2019 season. However, none of them was quickest, with a surprise name upsetting the odds to record the fastest lap of the session. Daniil Kvyat sped to the top of the leaderboard on day 3 of testing. The Toro Rosso man drove a day's best 1m17.704s lap to fend off F1 veteran Kimi Räikkönen. Alfa Romeo's Räikkönen was second fastest, with Renault new boy Daniel Ricciardo third. And Verstappen came home fourth and fifth quickest respectively. Nico Hülkenberg, Romain Grosjean, Pietro Fittipaldi, Carlos Sainz and Sergio Perez rounded off the top 10. Mercedes teammate Valtteri Bottas was the 11th fastest of the 13 drivers to make an outing on Wednesday. The reigning champion Brit was the second slowest, having completed 94 laps to Kvyat's 137. Williams made their long-awaited testing debut, having encountered a range of issues with their new car. But fresh-faced George Russell could only manage 1m25.625s in what was his quickest lap of the day. This week's testing represents the embryonic stages of the season, which begins properly in Australia. Kvyat, though, will be desperate for it to be a sign of things to come as he seeks to make his mark this year. Whether the Toro Rosso driver will manage to keep his nose in front of Hamilton, Verstappen and Vettel on day 4 remains to be seen. Kvyat admitted he did not expect to put in such a strong showing on Wednesday. "I wouldn't say it was balls out or anything," Kvyat said. "You don't want to end up in the wall. But you try to fill the car as much as you can in those laps the engineers give you, and you cannot keep driving around slowly, but it was not too bad. We were not having any intention to go for any big performance today. We just tried to focus on our program today. That was the most important thing for us. To do as many laps as possible today, to complete the program." Next news: Max Verstappen, chief issues denial 4 days into Red Bull using new Honda engines. That is according to Honda's F1 technical director Toya Watanabe, who has insisted Toro Rosso will not be disadvantaged either. Is gearing up for his third full season with Red Bull, having made the step up from their junior team back in 2016. And, as much as he will be relying on his own driving ability, his hopes of success this year also rest on Honda delivering the goods. Red Bull have turned to the Japanese engine suppliers, having ditched Renault, with whom they experienced a series of reliability issues. Watanabe has now denied will experience the same teething problems with their new compact engines as McLaren did with the 2018 versions. And that's good news for Verstappen, who is getting to grips with the RB15 during testing after conducting a shakedown run last week. "I think we are in neutral," Watanabe said, when asked about the potential compromise between performance and packaging. "The power unit, performance or total package performance we discussed very much with both teams. We compromised, to work out, which is better. If you have more power, more performance one way, but the chassis side is deficit, what is the best compromise? So then we decide the best package performance." Watanabe indicated Red Bull chiefs were behind the desire to utilize a more compact engine in their senior and Toro Rosso setups. "Red Bull technology discussed this between the teams, and that makes our job very simple," Watanabe said. "The aim is to make it compact and nice. That is what we have done during this off-season. Regulations have not had an impact on the development of engines for the 2019 campaign. And Watanabe has revealed the power units in the new Red Bull are an upgrade on those from the past 2 seasons. We carry over the concept from last year, which means the concept from 2017, Watanabe added. One of the reasons is the PU regulations does not change this year, so we have kept working on our PU. We improved our performance and reliability for this year. It means the engine, is not new but updated. Verstappen and new Red Bull teammate Pierre Gasly will race together for the first time at next month's Australian Grand Prix. Meanwhile, Verstappen was the 5th fastest of the 13 drivers who took part in testing on Wednesday. The Dutchman clocked a 1m18.787 s lap at the Circuit de Catalunya, plus 1083 s off the pace of Daniel Kvyat. Kvyat was surprisingly the quickest in a field which also included multiple-time F1 champions Lewis Hamilton and Sebastian Vettel. Williams' new boy George Russell was the slowest on the day, coming in plus 7.921 s worse off than Kvyat's best time. Thank you for watching the video. Be sure to share and subscribe to your channel to get the latest sports news around the world. Wished health and success. Goodbye.